Good morning everyone. In this class we are going to discuss about urban social segregation and the dynamics of spatial inequality. Now what is social segregation? The city is not a neutral space. Social segregation means the uneven distribution of social groups across urban space leading to distinct residential and social patterns. Okay, social segregation means the uneven distribution of different kind of social groups lying on the urban city centers, urban centers or urban space, and it ultimately leads to distinct residential and social patterns. Cities are not blank canvases, they reflect power, inequality and social hierarchy. This results in social clustering where access to resources is dictated by location. Now, how segregation manifests in urban space? Okay, there are some causes of segregation in urban centers. First of all, economic, ethnic, religious and gendered. Economic conditions are defined by income and class. Gated communities versus slum, luxury vertical living versus informal settlements. Okay, these are some examples of economic segregation in urban centers. Gated communities versus slums areas, luxury vertical living versus informal settlements or illegal settlers. Then ethnic segregation, cultural preservation versus isolation. Chinatowns, immigrants, enclaves and neighborhoods formed by safety. Then religious segregation, communal identity and tensions, neighborhoods divided by faith, often intensified after communal violence. Then lastly, gendered, unequal access to public space, unsafe zones for women, male-dominated workplaces, and specific slum vulnerabilities. Okay, these are some formation or causes of urban segregation in urban centers. Now, intersectionality in the Indian city. Okay, there is a intersectionality in Indian cities where caste and class converge. Okay, caste and class converge. Caste means social status and class means wealth. Unique dynamics in Indian subcontinent, Indian cities. One, caste plus class, caste plus class. Historical hierarchies map onto modern geography. Dalit colonies often pushed to city outskirts. Then religion, communal lines sharpened after violence. Example, disturbed areas. Examples, Mumbai, Dharavi versus South Mumbai and Delhi, planned elite zones versus peripheral resettlement. Okay, this is the unique dynamics in Indian cities, caste and class convergence. The geography of exclusion, horizontal segregation, neighborhood level, spatial clustering of groups, vertical segregation, luxury penthouse and service staffs, building level, proximity without social integration, building level, that is vertical segregation, the different kind of economic and welfare status persons inhabited in this building, and there is a hierarchy or dynamics between their economic levels and financial status. This leads to vertical segregation among these urban dwellers. Then peripheralization, city level, the poor pushed to the edge as well. Okay, so poor peoples are living here and welfare populations are living here in city centers, and other poor and marginalized communities are living outside the periphery or city area or edge area, also known as urban sprawl area. Then inequality is constructed, not accidental. Okay, there are some reasons behind this inequality found in urban centers. Okay, state policy, zoning laws, slum clearance drives and urban renewal projects that displaces the vulnerable. Market dynamics, real estate speculation and developer-driven planning creating an affordable crisis. Then historical roots, legacies of colonial planning, apartheid structures and caste-based settlement. Then social discrimination, active prejudice based on caste, religion and identity preventing integration. Okay, these are some root causes of urban inequality. From natural evolution to capitalist conflict. Chicago School, ecological dimension. The city as a nature, segregation seen as a natural evolutionary process of competition, according to Vargas and Hyatt. Then Marxist perspective, the city is as conflict, space reflects class struggle and capital accumulation, housing as a commodity, according to Harvey and Castells. Then feminist and postmodern dimension. The city is fragmented, focus on gendered safety, invisible labor, and multiple identities. Quantifying the divide. The geographer's toolkit. Dissimilarity index measures the evenness of distribution between two groups, so shows percentage of one group that would have to move for even distribution. Isolation index, the probability of group member meeting only their own group, indicating the likelihood of intra-group contact. Then Gini coefficient, measuring income inequality within the spatial unit. Higher values indicate greater income disparity. The systematic consequences of this division. Social consequences, erosion of cohesion, social exclusion, and reduced mobility. Political consequences, unequal representation and political policy neglect of marginalized areas. Economic consequences, creation of poverty traps and dependence on the informal economy. Environmental consequences, environmental injustice, the poor bear the burden of pollution and hazard-prone living. Emerging trends, new worlds, new tools, grantification, displacement of original residents, middle class takeover leading to cultural erasure, gated communities, privatization of space, surveillance and stick, social exclusion, smart cities and digital divide, tech-driven exclusion, unequal access to digital services creates a new layer of segregation. Reclaiming the right to the city must shift from being a profit center to a democratic space, inspired by Henry Lefebvre. Inclusive urban planning leads to spatial equality and ultimately leads to the right to inhabit and participate for all groups. All group means all kind of human societies or human population. Designing for inclusion policy responses, housing, governance, and legal. Housing, for example, institute slum upgradation versus eviction. Implement mixed income housing schemes. Governance, participatory planning involving community voices and bottom-up decision making. Then legal frameworks enforce anti-discrimination laws and ensure land tenure security. These are some designed for inclusion policy responses. Then mapping the path to equity, the role of the geographer, methods, spatial analysis, for example, GIS, remote sensing, field surveys, and urban ethnography. Purpose and mandate to make inequality visible, to inform planning decisions, to promote spatial justice. Towards sustainable urban futures, summary, social segregation is structural but not inevitable. The goal to build cities that integrate rather than isolate. Spatial justice is the foundation of the future city. Okay, in this class we have discussed about urban segregation of human settlement. This is an important subject matter in UGC NET exam for human geography, urban geography. That's all for today. If you have any doubt and query, just let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Thank you.